Many of you may have come across this definition of IRR, which says IRR is the discount rate at which NPV is equal to 0. To understand this definition, you will first need to know what NPV is, what discount rate is, and to an extent, you also need to understand the logic behind discounting. In my opinion, this definition is like:
Sir, machines are any combination of bodies so connected that their relative motions are constrained, and by which means force and motion may be transmitted and modified as a screw in its nut, or a lever arranged to turn about a fulcrum, or a pulley about its pivot, etc. Especially a construction more or less complex consisting of a combination of moving parts or simple mechanical elements as wheels, levers, cams, etc.
And students often forget this right after their exams and are left with the impression that it can be used only for some complicated project finance evaluation. But there is a simpler way to look at it. I have covered this in a different video. If you haven't seen that yet, please check out the link in the description. You will be able to understand IRR without needing to know NPV or discounting. For the ones who have already seen that video and are wondering how come this definition says something entirely different, this video will sort out the confusion for you. So as per this definition, IRR looks for the discount rate at which net present value is 0. Net present value is nothing but the difference between present value of cash inflows and outflows. This can be further simplified as a rate at which present value of inflows is equal to present value of outflows. Now let's take an example with numbers. Assume you are giving a loan of 10,000 to your friend today, and you will be getting back 12,000 after 2 years, and you want to find out what the IRR is. Your outflow is 10,000 and your inflow is 12,000 after 2 years. Present value of 10,000 is 10,000 itself because the money is given out today. But 12,000 will be received after 2 years. To get the present value, you will have to divide it by 1 plus r to the power 2. To find IRR, we will have to solve the equation for r. But instead, we will take 1 plus r square to the other side. Now this 10,000 into 1 plus r square is nothing but the value of 10,000 after growing for 2 years. This is how we are looking at IRR in the growth rate approach, the rate at which money grows over a period of time. When we divided it by 1 plus r square, we were trying to calculate the present value. So it's the same equation and the same r that we are solving for, just that we are looking at it from two different angles. But the concept of discount rate and NPV is not easy to understand intuitively. For example, if someone says, I want a discount rate of 9% on my project cash flows, or my NPV is positive at a 9% discount rate, it is quite confusing. Whereas growth rate is something that everyone knows. If I say, I want a minimum growth of 9%, only then I will invest in this project. That is a very easy statement to understand. That is why I would suggest looking at IRR from a growth rate angle. But finance students, be mindful, if you use the growth rate definition in your exams.
Definition क्या है? Exam में ये सब लिखोगे? ये machine है? Up, down, up, down.
Your professor may not be very satisfied. I hope that this clears any doubts, and in case of any further confusion, please let me know in the comments below and I will try to address them.